We all know that the cost of hosting is going up, but that doesn't mean you need to lower your standards. I know what you're thinking. That's just a bag of potatoes, but give us 10 minutes and we'll turn this into a fancy appetizer spread that caterers would charge $40 a plate for. And the whole thing cost us just $15. Obviously, give these a really good scrub first because we're using everything, even the skins. We're gonna start with the potato stacks. This is your elegant bite. It looks like a French technique, but here's a host hack for you. We're gonna use a muffin tin and it's gonna make it so much easier. Since our crispy potato stacks are square, I'm going to cut the skins off, just the 4 sides to square up the potato. And we'll use these for the crispy potato skin dippers we're making later on. We're using just the skins of the potato. These peels usually just get thrown away, but there's no need for that. These bits are gonna make a really tasty appetizer. They need to soak for about 30 minutes in cold water, so we'll come back to those. I also want the ends of these to be square, so I'll cut off the ends as well. These stubby ends are going to become our smashed potato bites, so we're going to put them in the same ice bath. You need to slice the potatoes paper thin. If you have a mandolin, use it. If not, a sharp knife and a lot of patience will work. You want them almost translucent. Now for the glue that holds it all together. Melt a stick of butter and mix in fresh thyme, rosemary, garlic, and plenty of salt and pepper. Potatoes love salt, don't be shy. Toss the slices in that butter mixture. You want every single slice coated. This is where the magic happens. As they bake, that butter is going to cook the potatoes from the inside while the edges get crispy. Here is the assembly. Lightly grease the muffin tin wells, then just stack them up. Pile them high in the muffin cups because they'll shrink down a bit as they cook. I like to add a little sprinkle of Parmesan between the layers if I'm feeling fancy. Bake them at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes. 15 minutes covered with tinfoil and 20 to 30 minutes uncovered. You want them deep golden brown. These look fantastic. I can't wait to give one a try. By the way, you can find all the recipes down below in the description or on our website, A Food Lover's Kitchen, where we have tons more recipes for you to try. The beauty of these for hosting is that they are already portioned. Garnish them with a little fresh thyme and look at those layers. It's crispy on the edges, creamy in the middle. It's sophisticated, but it only costs $2 for this entire platter. Well, that's one down. Let's move on to the true comfort food appetizer. These loaded smashed potatoes are always a hit. They're cheesy, crispy morsels that get everyone excited to dig in. And we're using the ends we cut off the other potatoes for this, so we can use all the parts of the potato. I'm also gonna pop in a few cubed potatoes so they can cook alongside. These are gonna be used for the next appetizer. Hey, save time wherever you can. Then, and this is crucial, let them steam dry. If they're wet, they won't get crispy. Get your baking sheet and oil it generously. Set the potatoes on there and use a heavy glass to press down and smash it. Flatten it, but don't push so hard that it breaks apart. Brush or spray the tops with oil, then hit them with some salt and pepper. Now these are ready to go into the oven. They're gonna cook at 425 degrees Fahrenheit and they need about 25 minutes. You can flip them halfway if you want to. But don't take them out until they're super crispy. See how the edges are really browned and crunchy? That's perfect. Now you can decide what toppings you want to put on. I sprinkle on some salt, then add shredded cheese and crumbled bacon. You'll put these back in the oven until the cheese is melted. It's only going to take a couple of minutes. Once they're cool enough to handle, put them on a serving plate and add just a little sprinkle of chives. Now you have the perfect loaded smashed potato that you can eat with one hand while holding your drink in the other. Because that's the rule of successful hosting. Food in one hand, drink in the other. Next up are these potato and cheese phyllo rolls. These are super simple to make and they get so crunchy. Remember those potatoes I boiled before? We're gonna put those into a bowl now and mash them up, along with a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of mozzarella cheese, and about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Stir that all up good. Taste it to make sure it's seasoned well. Remember, potatoes need a lot of salt. Roll out a piece of phyllo dough. Mix a tablespoon of olive oil in with the rest of the melted butter, and we're going to brush that all over the top of the dough. Now cut it into 4 squares. Then flip the top one over so that there are 2 layers. You should now have 2 pieces. Now take about 2 tablespoons of the potato mixture and spread it out in a line along the long edge that should be closest to you. That's going to make it way easier. Make sure not to overfill it. Fold in the edges of the dough and roll it up tight. Set those on the baking sheet, and we'll bake these for about 15 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit until they're crispy and golden brown. Believe me when I tell you, these are a huge hit at a party. They stay nice and crispy, and the filling is just delicious. Now, on to our last appetizer, those crispy potato skins. Recipe number 4 is a zero waste hack. Remember those peels from the stacks? Most people throw these in the bin, but we're going to turn them into the most addictive thing on the table. For the best potato skin dippers, you want to make sure that your peels have just a little bit of flesh on them, so don't peel them too perfectly. Toss them in a bowl with about a tablespoon of olive oil. Now we're going to season them with about 1/4 teaspoons of rosemary, thyme, garlic powder, and salt. Rub it in good. You want that spice mix to get into every nook and cranny of the skin. Lay them out on a baking sheet. Don't overcrowd them or they will steam. We don't want soggy skins, we want chips. These are ready to go into the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. They need 15 to 20 minutes in the oven, but trust me, they can go from crispy to burnt really fast. You're gonna want some dipping sauces for these. I have some sour cream and some ranch dressing, but you could definitely go for ketchup or spicy mayo. These are rustic. They're salty and they are the perfect vessel for dipping, just what every party needs. Listen to that crunch. Your guests are gonna think you bought artesian chips, but you'll know that it was literally the scraps from the first recipe. That is smart hosting. 4 completely different appetizers, different textures, different flavors, all from one $5 bag of potatoes. You just fed a crowd for pocket change, and you looked like a genius doing it. If you love these host hacks, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And before you go, check out our hit video, 25 quick and easy appetizers for any party. It's gotten over 250,000 views.